Possibles. Possibles are last over first. So plus and minus. The first is just 1. So it's factors of 26. 1, 2, 13, and 26. I would say most of you got it unless you like totally just missed that question, which hopefully wouldn't happen. They'd be leaving like literally an answer blank. All right. Then it says find the number of positive and negative roots. So we use Descartes' rule to count. There is 1 sign change, 2 sign change, 3 signs change from my original, which means 3 or 1 positive real roots. Yeah.
Are we supposed to use Descartes' rule on this question?
Yes. Anytime it says find the number of positive and negative roots, that's what it means. 3 or 1 positive real roots. Then I'm going to replace all the x's with a negative x. I'd get negative x to the third minus 8x squared minus 25x minus 26, and recount. There's 0 sign changes. So there are 0 real or negative real roots. Then I use my graphing utility and I found the 1 real 0 that's on my graph, which was at positive 2. Okay, same thing's going to happen. There's only going to be 1 positive real root, and it should match one of your possibles. Positive 2 is one of my possibles. So 2 is one of the zeros. It's going to ask for all of them. You got to make sure you include the one from your graph, okay? Then goes your synthetic division. So 2 goes on the outside. 1, negative 8, 25, negative 26. Bring down the 1. Multiply, put it in the next column, add it. Multiply it, put it in the next column, add it. Multiply it, put it in the next column, add it. If you don't get a 0, something's wrong, because we're saying it's a 0, and if it's a 0, the remainder has to be 0. Now I'm taking x squared minus 6x plus 13. If you could factor it, it would be easy to factor it. It's not going to be factorable for a reason, okay? Because I want you to do the quadratic and because it should produce an imaginary number. So a negative b plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Negative 6 is 6 plus and minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 13 all over 2 times 1. 6 plus and minus the square root of 36 minus 52 over 2. 6 plus and minus the square root of negative 16 over 2, which is 6 plus and minus 4i over 2, 3 plus and minus 2i. So when it says to list all your roots, it'd be 2, 3 minus 2i, and 3 plus 2i. And that should have been one of the scenarios that we said from our Descartes rule. We got 1 positive and no negative, which is what we set up here. So it should match what you said as could have happened. Yeah. Yeah. Questions? Wait, who? All right, let's go through the PDF that hopefully you started last night, okay, which was the review. So on the Canvas assignment, I posted the link to Calc Chat, and that will take you to the odd answers, and they're like worked out. But then I posted this. This is the even answers, or the ones that like I kind of added in there. So questions on any of the first page, which was 162122. Yeah. Sure. Oh, then that's who you're waiting on. Just kidding. Okay, so it says the path of the diver is approximated by y equals, and then it gives you the function where y is the height and x is the horizontal distance in feet from the end of the diving board. What's the maximum height of the diver, and verify your answer using your graphing utility. It's going to be very similar, in which it gives you a real world scenario and it gives you some nasty function that you have to type into your calculator, right? So I typed it into the calculator and it looks like this. So we're assuming our person is at the y-axis. In this case, it's a diver, so he's high off the ground. There's been people standing on the ground. There's been all these kinds of things, right? But we're assuming the start of it is here, which means really this means nothing. This would not actually really even happen in real life. It'd be from here to here. Now, based on that, this question said what's the maximum height of the diver? You're looking for the max and the height being the y coordinate. So I literally found the max coordinate and I gave the y as my answer. It could also say, how long after he dives does it take for him to hit that? Now I'm looking for the x coordinate of this point. It could say, how long does it take for him to hit the water? And now I'm looking for the x coordinate of this point. So it could ask you a bunch of different things, but it's all quadratic based and you got to be able to understand. If it said how high off the ground was it, now it's my y-intercept. Like when he left, how high off the ground is he? That's the y-intercept. Does that make sense? So it could be like really one of those 4 questions. When did he start? How high off the ground? If one example, they punted the ball, how high off the ground was the ball when they punted it? It could be when did they hit the max? That's the x coordinate of your max. What is the max? That's the y coordinate of your max. How long did it take for him to hit the water, hit the ground, hit the whatever? And that's the x coordinate on your 0. Any other questions from this first page? No? Okay. So I would say that the ones that are like these over here, okay, it's broken down into its parts. This one just says, you know, the leading coefficient test to do the end behavior. This one's just the zeros. These 2 are together. I told you yesterday that there's 2 that have multiple part. One is the one that we started with, the one that we have to find the possibles and all those things. The other is, and that's on the calculator portion. The other is your 1 from 2, 2, where you have to find the end behavior, find the zeros with the multiplicity, find the y-intercept, and then graph it. So all that this kind of section would be put together. And then we go to the rest of 2, 2 and 2, 3. Any questions on this page? All right, then 2, 4 was your imaginary numbers, and it finishes with 2, 5, which was all your rational stuff. Yeah. Only one word problem, yeah.
Wait, so going back to the calculator question.
Yeah.
It depends what they're asking, right? But for one of them, it says, how high is the football when it's punted? But it's telling us to find y when x equals 0, but.
Because that's when it's punted. When it's punted is like when it starts. When it starts is the y-intercept.
Oh, but it says how high is the football when it is punted. So, but wouldn't that mean the maximum height?
No, not when it's punted. When it's punted, it means as it's punted, like the moment it's punted. If it said how high does it get to, now what's the max height? Now you're talking about that. So I would say number 105 on your